Hey guys, I welcome everyone on your own channel Study Time eGyan. Today we'll be dealing with percentage part 12. In the last session, we have started examination based question in percentage. Today it will be the continuation from where we left. I would also like to request, if you have not seen the last session, it's for your benefit only. Please see those last session. If you see that, your basic will get clear on the examination type question. So let's start today with question number 11. In a school, 70% of the students are girls. The number of boys are 510. Then the total number of students in the school. Look guys, here number of boys is given in the real number and it is asking you total number of students. And a hint is given you that 70% of the students are girls. Now tell me, what is 70% fraction? 70% fraction is 7 by 10. It means that girls, boys, and this is total. Okay, it is saying 70% of the students are girls, means 7 are girls, then 3 will be boy, and total is 10. Okay. Now boys number is given. It means this 3 represent 510. Now if 3 represent 510, then 1 means how much? Tell me. 1 means 170. If 1 is 170, then it is asking you total number of students. It is asking about this 10. If 1 represent 170, then 10 represent 1700. So option number 4. This particular question you can deal like this also. Suppose total number of students is 100%. Okay. 70% are girls, then boys is 30%, and boys number is given. 30% represent 510. So 1% represent how much? 1% represents 17. So 100, it is asking about total number. So 100% will represent 1700. This is very basic. Okay. Question number 12. In an examination there were 640 boys and 360 girls. Okay, 60% of boys and 80% of girls are successful. Okay, 60% boys and 80% girls are successful, means they have passed the exam, you can say. The percentage of failure, now in the here in the statement it has given the statement successful, regarding successful, but in the question it is asking about failure. So this successful, if out of 100, if 60 is success, means 40 is failure. Okay. In case of girls, if 80 is success, if 80 got passed, means 20 is fail. So here we need the fail percentage. Here we need the fail percentage, because in the question it is asking me the fail percentage. So look guys, how to do. I'll just show you. This is boy and this is girl. Boy is 640 and girls is 360. Now if you want, you can just simplify it. Okay, it depends on you. If you want to simplify, you can simplify. Everything will be same. Now here it is saying boys 640, we have 640 boys. Out of this 60 boys are successful. If 60 boys is successful, means 40 are fail, 40% did not success. So we know that 40% means 2 by 5. Okay, and this is girls, and in girls it is saying 80% is successful, means 20% got unsuccessful. So 20% means 1 by 5. Now if you simplify, here I get, here how much I get? Here I get 256. If you simplify, here I get 256, and here I will get 72. Now if you add, you get 328. Now this 328 in number, this is unsuccessful people, this is fail people. Okay, this much boy, 328 boys and girls have failed. So if 328 boys and girls have failed, out of how many? Out of, this is the total. Okay, this is boys and girls, this is total number of students out of 1000, and it is asking about percentage. So for percentage you have to multiply with 100, so we get 32.8. so option number 1, this much student have failed, declare failed. I hope this point is clear. Can we move ahead? Okay. Question number 13. In an examination, it is required to get 256 of the total maximum aggregate marks to pass. Now it is saying in the percentage form that you need 256 to pass. Okay, this much you need to pass, this much mark you need to pass the examination, and a student get 192 marks. Okay, and a student get 192 marks and he is fail. Okay, this much mark is needed to pass, 256 is needed to pass the examination, but the student got 192. Obviously then he is going to be fail. Then the difference of the marks obtained by student, now this is the mark obtained by student. Now it is saying difference. Okay, difference of mark obtained by student and that required to pass, this is required to pass, is 10%. Okay, now it is saying 256 minus 122, their difference is 10%. Okay, if this is 10%, now if you minus, you get 64 equal to 10%. So, and in the question it is asking you what is the maximum aggregate marks. We always know that maximum mark is always 100%. So just add 6 for 0. 0 if you add, you get your total mark. So third option. Simple. Okay, let's move ahead. Now look question number 14. In an examination, A obtained 10% more marks than B. B obtained 20% more marks than C. And C obtained 32% less mark than D. And A obtained, okay, A marks is given in the real number. Obtained, A obtained 272 more marks than C. Okay, means it is saying that A obtained 272 more marks than C. It is given the difference between A and C. Okay, is 272. Difference between A and C is 272. Then it is asking you marks obtained by B. Okay, then we have to frame the question. Look guys, here it is saying A obtained 10% more than B. Means A obtained 10% more than B. And B obtained 20% more than C. He obtained 20% more than C. And C obtained 32% less than D. Okay. Then A obtained 272 more than C. Now it is saying that this difference, A and C difference is 272. So it want to know about marks obtained by B. Okay. Now in this particular question, is there any significance of this D? Can you see any significance? Nothing. You just omit this D part, because in the question it don't have anything to do. In the process of your getting answer, D don't have any significance. Okay. So just assume C as 100. If C is 100, just increase 20%. If you increase 20%, you get 120. In 120, if you increase 10%, you get 132. Now their difference 132 minus 100, their difference is given as 272. So 32 represent 272. So 1 represent how much? 1 represent, if you divide, you get 8.5. Now if 1 represent 8.5, in the question it is asking you B value. How much B obtained? Here B is 120. Okay, 1 represent 8.5, then 120 will represent how much? 120 into 8.5. Then you get your answer. If you multiply, you get as 1020. Option number 3. I hope this point is very clear now. No doubt. Here you can omit this 10. If you want to start from D also, you can do. That's your wish. You can assume D to be 100, then just decrease 32%. You get the same answer. Okay, but in the exam you have to save your time. So better read the question carefully. Try to understand the question and use your understanding to solve the question. Use your brain. Okay. Now let's move to the question number 15. In case if you have any doubt regarding this question, you can always just give me a comment. Okay, I'll try to clarify your doubt. Look, question number 15. Okay, this is very simple. It is saying 93% student pass and 259 failed. Now it is asking total number of students appearing in the exam. Now guy, tell me, this is telling about pass percentage and this is given failed number. So if I equal pass and fail, my equation is not going to be equal. So to equal the equation, I need same parameter. Okay, here parameter should be same, here condition should be same. When these both conditions are same, then only I can balance the equation. It means that if I take 93% pass here and 259 fail here, I cannot balance the equation. So it is saying 93% pass. So how many fail? 77% have fail. Okay, and here fail number is given as 259. Now the equation are balanced. I hope I made my point clear. So 1% represent how much? If you divide, you get 37. It is asking total number. So total number is always on 100%. So just multiply with 100, you get 3700. Option number 3. See question number 16. In a class, 1/3% of a number of students are girls, okay, and the rest are boys. If 60% boys and girls are present, then what percent of the total number of students in the class is absent? I think this you can do. We have already done this type of question, right? You remember when I was dealing with successful candidate and failed candidate, the concept was same with this. Anyway, let me do for you. So 83, 1/3 percentage means 5/6. Now if you don't know how to convert this, you have to see my previous video, part 1. Okay, 83, 1/3% of a number of students are girls, means this is girls and this is boys. Girl is 5, then boy is 1, and total is 6. Now I'll multiply with 100 for my convenience. Okay, it is saying 60% of boys. Okay, boys is 100. 60% boys are present and 80% girls are present. Here in the statement it is given about present, and in the question it is asking about absent. So change this into absent. So if 60 boys present means 40 boys are absent. Okay, and out of 500, 80 girls are present means 20 are absent, right? This 100 will get cut, 40 plus 0 will get cut, it will be 100. So you got 140. Now this 140 are those who are absent out of 600. Now if you cut, how much you get? You get 23, 1/3%, means option number 3. These are simple. Now read the question carefully and try to solve by yourself. Pause the video and try to do by yourself. In an examination in which full marks were 500, okay, there is an examination in which full mark is 500. A got 25% more than C, okay, and C got 20% less than D. If A got 360 marks, what percent of full marks was obtained by D? Okay, look guys, here it is saying that A got 25%. A got 25% more than C, and C got 20% less than D. I hope this point is clear. And A got 360 marks. Now this 360 marks is out of what? Out of 500. Okay, look guys, in this type of question you have to see the option. Option is given in the percentage form. So if option is given in the percentage form, you can just 300, A got 360, you can convert A marks in the percentage form. He got 360 out of what? Out of 500. Out of 500. Okay, so if you cut, you get how much? Now A got 72%. You already know A got 72%. Fine. Now in the question it is asking marks percentage obtained by D. It want to know what D obtained. So you can just think that D is 100. Okay. If you are from 100, if you reduce 20%, you get 80. Again from 80, if you reduce 25%, you get 100. Okay. Now here 100 represent, look guys, here 100 represents 72%. Fine. And in D I have 100. Now this 100 represents 72%. So your answer will be 2. I hope this point is clear. Now this particular question you can do with other method also. Let me explain here. Suppose D is 100. Okay. Here if you reduce by 20 it become 80. If you increase by 25% it become 100. Now this type of increasing decreasing, if you do not know, please see my previous video at my request, because I have already explained it very clearly in a very simple way and I have taken my time. So I request you to go and see how to increase and decrease the number. Now when you increase 80, if you increase by 25% you get 100. Okay, you get 100. Let me write here, you get 100. Now this 100 represent how much? A got 100, but in real A got 360. So this 0 and 0 will get cut and 1 will represent how much? It will represent 3.6. Fine. If 1 represents 3.6 means 100 will be how much? Sorry, 100 will be 360. This 100, okay, this 100 is, D is 100, so this 100 will be 360. Now if D got 360, it is asking what percent he got. So you have to convert this 360 with full mark is 500 into 100. Again you get 72%. So that's your wish how to do. Now this particular question guys you can do in the form of fraction also, in the ratio method also. Let me tell you how. Please watch it carefully. Okay. Here we have A. Here we have A, we have C and we have D, right? Now it is saying A got 25% more than C. 25% means what? It is 1 by 4. Now it is saying A got 25% more than C. If C got 4, then A got 25% more than means it got 5. Fine. In the next line it said C got 20% less than D. 20% means what? 20% means 1 by 5. C got 20% less than D. Okay, means if D got 5, 20% less than D means it got 4. Fine. Now in the ratio format, if you balance, you know that this neighbor number will just come here. Here the neighbor number will come here. Then just multiply it, we get 20. It comes 16. Here it is 20. Now we can cut with 4. How much? 4, 5, 4, 4, 4, 5. Now your 5, this 5 represent how much? A got 360 marks. Let me write here. This 5 represent 360. Then 1 will represent 72. If 1 represents 72, now it is asking you about marks obtained by D. Okay, and D is 5. So 5, if 1 is 72, then 5 is going to be how much? 72 into 5. Tell me how much? It's going to be 360. Okay, now you want to know the percentage of this. So 360 divided by 500, since 500 is the full mark, just multiply, you get again 72%. So just know this both method. According to the data, if data is very simple, you can use this method also. It depends on you. No, as of now, no both method, both approach. Do solve, when you solve the question, use both method. Okay, then see which one is easier, which one is quicker, and according to the data, which one get fit for solving the question. Fine, let's move ahead. Question number 18. In an examination, A got 25% more than B, B got 10% less than C, and C got 25% more than D. If D got 320 marks out of 500, the marks obtained by A was. Okay, look guys, now here it is given in the real number, in the format of real number, so you don't have to convert in the percentage form. Okay, as we did earlier. Now how to approach? Look, A got how much more? A got 25% more. More means plus sign. A got 25% more than B. Okay, and B got 10% less than C, and C got 25% more than D, and D mark is given as 320. Now here please don't convert it into percentage, since your answer is given in the format of real number. Okay, now D obtained 320, it want to know what A obtained. Then okay, fine, if in 320 if you increase 25%, how much you get? You get 400. Now in 400 if you reduce 10%, how much you get? You get 360. In 360 if you increase 25%, how much you get? You get 450. So your answer is A. Now you reach A, it is 450, so your answer will be 2. Now I repeat again, if you do not know how to increase and decrease the number, please watch my previous video. Still, if you have any doubt, please comment me. Again, this particular question can be done in the format of fraction ratio. That part I want you to do by yourself. Okay, if you have any doubt, please do message me. Okay, wait, let me show you. Anyway, let me show you how to do. Look guys, here is A, B, C and D. Okay, now it is saying A got 25% more than B. Now what is 25%? 25% is 1 by 4. A got 25% more than B. If B is 4, A got 5. Now this point is clear. And B got 10% less than C. Now what is 10%? 10% is 1 by 10. B got 10% less than C. If C is 10, then B got 9. Okay, C got 25% more than D. What is 25%? 25% is 1 by 4. Now C got 25% more than D. Means if D got 4, then C got 5. Okay, now just put the neighboring number as it is. 4 and 4, 10, then this 10, here 9, then here going to be 5 into 5. Now just multiply. If you multiply this 595, you get 225. Okay, multiply 495. If you multiply this, you get 180. Multiply 4, 1040 and 5, you get how much? 200. Okay, if you multiply this 16 0, then you get 160. Now look guys, can you cut? It can be cut by 5. If you cut, you get 45. If you cut by 5, you get 45. Here you get 36. Here you get 4 0. Here you get 32. Okay, now in the question it is giving you value of D. D value is how much? D got 320. D got 320 means 1 represent 10. Now it is asking you how much A got. So if 1 is 10, then what is the value of this 45? Just multiply this 45 with 10, you get 450. So option number 2. I hope this method also you understand now. Now look question number 19. There are 3 students A, B and C. A got 18% more marks than B and 12% less than C. If B got 220 marks, then how much mark C has got? Okay, very interesting question. Very interesting. Tell me how to do. Look guys, here it is saying A got 18 marks. A got 18 marks more than B. Okay, A got 18 marks more than B and 12 less than C. Means A got 18 more than B and 12 less than C. From this only he got 12 less than C. I hope this point is clear. A got, now please understand it carefully, get the clarity, get the concept clear, please. Here it is saying A got 18% more than B and 12% less than C, okay, and B got 220 marks. Now B got 220 marks, so it is asking how much C got. Fine. Now look guys, if B got 220, if I increase by 18%, how much I get, tell me? If I increase 220 by 18%, I will get 259.6. okay. Now if I increase 220 with 80%, I got 259.6. now I need to know what is C. Here you cannot increase or decrease directly, because C, it is saying A is 12% less than C. So you do one thing, this is C and it is 12%. Now this A is 259.6, right? This is 12% less than C. So what is 12%? Let me write it. 12% is what? In the fraction form, it is going to be 325. So from C, if you decrease 12%, means it will become 22 by 25. Okay. Now from C, if you decrease this 12%, then you get 259.6. Now here I have written directly to get the answer. Okay. If you don't understand, please watch my previous video. If I do like this, I get that answer. From C, if I reduce 12%, I get 259.6. Then what is C? Now 259.6 into 25 by 22. Now solve it and get your answer. It will be 295. Option number 2. Okay. Now this particular method you can do with ratio also. So I will suggest you please try by yourself. This is very simple question, but get the clarity. Okay. Get your concept right. If you have any issue, please let me know. Okay. And let me tell you, this method you can do one more. There's one more method of doing. Now this is A and this is C. Okay. This is 12%. Now A is 12% less. Now 12% less means what? 12% less means what? Means minus 3 by 25. Okay. If A is 12% less in the fraction form I have written, then C will be more by A by how much? If C is more, means it is going to be plus sign. Then the upper value has to be as it is. Then since there is minus sign, then just minus it. It's going to be 22. Okay. And A, we know it was 259.6. Now this 322 you have to increase to get C. So if you increase this in 259.6, if you increase this number 3 by 22, when you increase, you get some number, then that number you have to add here. When you add, you get 295. I hope this point is clear to you. If you have any doubt, please do message me. Okay. Question number 20. A, B, C are 3 students. A got 36% less mark than B and 16% more marks than C. If B got 145 marks, then how much mark C has got? This is exactly the same question. I want you to do this by yourself. This is going to be your homework. Okay. Look guys, if you have liked the session till now, please do like it. Press the like button. Share to your friend. As much as possible. Okay, and subscribe the channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon. Okay. Okay, there are much more question. I mean, there are still around 15 question we have. So we will do that question in the next session. So try to revise all this again and again and get your basic done. Fine. So I'll take your leave now. Take care. I'll meet you tomorrow from question number 20. We'll start from question number 21. Take care till then.